It is Monday. It's the 12th of August. I'm Monita Rajpal. This is CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Making news today. In Egypt, supporters of ousted President Mohamed Morsi are reinforcing their protest camps. They are preparing for a security crackdown to try to clear them off the streets. Barricades of sandbags and rocks have been set up around the squares, and vendors say a lot of people have been buying gas masks. Authorities had previously warned protesters to go home or be removed by force after the Muslim holiday of Eid al-Fitr, which ended on Sunday. Well, let's take you live now to the capital and CNN's Reza Sayah. Reza, we had been told, or I should say demonstrators had been told, that they would be expected to be moved off by noon, or at least by force, by dawn today. What's happening where you are right now?
Well, no sign of a crackdown, at least for now, Monita. But
Abiy has made his first public speech since winning Zimbabwe's disputed presidential election last month. He's just addressed a gathering in the capital, Harare, in honor of fighters who died in the War of Independence from Britain in 1980. And Kapili Mabuse is following the story for us from Johannesburg in South Africa. She joins us now live. And Kapili, what did he say?
Well, before we get to that, it's quite ironic. Robert Mugabe was supposed to be inaugurated.
Questions there, Nkapile. Thank you very much for that. And Kapile Mabuse there live for us from Johannesburg. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. I'm Monita Rajpal. A powerful typhoon has hit the northern coast of the Philippines, killing at least one person. 20 others are missing. Utor is the world's strongest storm of the year, with winds of 200 kilometers an hour. The typhoon damaged hundreds of homes and brought torrential rains and the risk of landslides. So where is the typhoon headed next? Meteorologist Mari Ramos is at the World Weather Center tracking this superstorm. Mari?
Hello, Monita. Yeah, this is a pretty intense storm indeed, and I'm afraid we're going to get more information back to you.
Mari, thank you very much for that. Let's bring you up to date on some of the other stories we're following for you here at CNN News Center. Asylum seekers, same-sex marriage, and China's demand on Australia's natural resources. The men competing to become the next Prime Minister of Australia have held their first election debate of the campaign. Prime Minister Kevin Rudd is being challenged by opposition leader Tony Abbott ahead in the September 7th poll. The sister of an American man imprisoned in North Korea says he has fallen ill and has been taken to hospital. Kenneth Bae was arrested 9 months ago and charged with trying to bring down the government. He was found guilty in April and sentenced to 15 years hard labor. Now, the family of a British businessman murdered in China reportedly is seeking compensation from his convicted killer. Neil Haywood was poisoned in November 2011. The wife of a former top politician was convicted for his death. In a statement to the Wall Street Journal, Haywood's mother urged China to show decisiveness and compassion. A man accused of Nazi war crimes has died in a Hungarian hospital at the age of 98. Laszlo Sestari was accused of sending more than 15,000 Jews to the Auschwitz concentration camp in 1944. He was arrested last year and denied all accusations against him. Sestari's lawyer told Hungary's state news agency that there are no further proceedings in his case. And as part of CNN's Freedom Project, we try to bring you stories that highlight the fight against modern-day slavery and human trafficking. The next story we're bringing you has a happy ending. 2 newborn girls allegedly stolen and sold by a maternity doctor in China have been returned to their parents. As David McKenzie reports, the case has produced outrage in the country.
A glimmer of hope in a baby trafficking scandal that has rocked China.
A Russian legislator is defending the country's anti-gay propaganda law that he helped push through. Vitaly Milanov says it's aimed at protecting Russian children, but gay rights activists call the law repressive, and some are risking their own safety to fight it. Phil Black joins us now live from Moscow with both sides of this story. Phil?
Monita, at a time when an increasing number of developing countries, or developed countries I should say, are talking about and even accepting the idea of gay marriage.
All right, Phil, thank you very much for that. Phil Black reporting to us there live from Moscow. You're watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. You're watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Eccentric, eclectic, exuberant. The designer Zandra Rhodes has been called all these things over the years. She's dressed everyone from Diana, Princess of Wales, to Elizabeth Taylor and Kate Moss, yet she remains the overlooked fashion icon of her era. Rosie Tompkins caught up with the designer.
Safety pins, slashed fabric and garish prints.
Before we go, kissing babies, attending barbecues, well, they're just a few things we often see politicians doing when they're trying to shore up support before an election. We don't, however, see them chauffeuring people around in a taxi. Until now, Norway's Prime Minister decided to take his electorate for a ride, literally, to hear firsthand what they wanted from their government. And of course, he knows he would like to keep his job. Jens Stoltenberg admits he's not much when it comes to driving a taxi. Still, he got behind the wheel for a few hours in June. He says he wanted to hear people's candid views on politics. Watching CNN News Center, I'm Monita Rajpal live at CNN Hong Kong. Thanks for joining us. I'll update you the news headlines in just a couple of minutes.